I heard that there's going to be a sequel, and I was expecting a totally different story. But what surprised me was that this actually happens almost like immediately after. Was
an
that
hour or something? I don't. Yeah, they say an hour, but fairly soon afterwards.
Was that a conscious decision from the get-go that it was going to literally be like a?
Yeah, I mean, we came up with the idea of doing a sequel because I think we felt that there were just so many loose ends to tie up. And that there was more of a story to explore, and then just the idea of, well, it was a number of things. I mean, it's a great way to open a movie with a car chase, and therefore, how are we going to start the movie? Whereabouts the movie comes in the storyline is that having Mr. White in the boots and just let's crack on with it. Let's move on. Let's not stop.
And the action in this one, I mean, it takes front and center, and it's bigger and kind of crazier than prior. Was that really difficult for you to kind of, as an actor, to kind of get prepared for? Or were you kind of training up until?
I was training. I mean, I was training about 2 months, 3 months before we started. I was rehearsing and just all the way through. I mean, every time we had a break in filming or after sort of going to the gym at night, we'd rehearse things and we'd talk through, or I'd get on my days off, I'd be sort of going and rehearsing things, and just to try and get things, just as slick as we possibly could before we shot them. They weren't always slick, but it's just, just as comfortable as we could get with them.
To work with a director like Mark, who, I mean, his previous work doesn't really show that he could showcase that he can do action. So was that interesting to kind of work with somebody who's maybe looking at it on a different perspective?
It doesn't. I mean, and I think there was a little worry that from certain quarters that he might not be able to handle that. But in fact, he handled it beautifully. And in fact, the flourishes in the movie and the action sequences that really work. I mean, they all work, but a lot of them have got his signature on them. He's a meticulous director. If he doesn't know about something, he'll learn about something. So as soon as I met him, I realized how brave he was, because he was so up for doing this and up to the challenge. So I never had any doubt about it.
Did you have more say this time around in terms of what you wanted this Bond to kind of do, and also like maybe have some input in action sequences? Or
I did before. I mean, I did before. Sorry, my voice is breaking. I did before, but this time I was involved earlier on. So, yes, I mean the answer is yes. But it's a collaborative effort. I mean, it's conversations I have with Mark, and I have with the second unit director, and then with the stunt coordinator, and with the producers, and it's constantly there's dialogue going on. It doesn't stop until the day we finish. In fact.
Looking at the poster, what I thought was interesting was that Olga kind of is, in the old Bond, the girls kind of drape around the Bond, and so here she is, she's not even looking at you, and
she's got her own deal.
And was that it's a really nice kind of upgrade for a lot of these Bond girls.
I mean, it's her story, and it's about her. She's on a vendetta trip, and he, to a certain extent, is, but not. He's trying to find peace with himself, and it's. That's the idea, is that the two characters are complementing each other, and therefore the tale is told, and you get the story, and you understand what the feeling is that we're trying to sort of put across, which is, that vengeance is not the answer, and exactly trying to find your friends and your allies. That's more important than that.
What I really love is this time around, you have a lot of scenes with Judi Dench, who I'm a big fan of. So was it fun for you to kind of have more this time around with her?
For sure.
And what is she like on set?
Great. She's very funny. She's an incredible actress, which is a very obvious thing to say, but she makes my life so easy. You're working with someone like that, you feel very confident and very happy, and she plays and does all the things you like to do, that actors like to do together.
Would you convince her for the next one to do more action, or maybe even do more action? Like do an action sequence.
Yeah, for that.
That'd be awesome.
She ran up the stairs in this one.
She did. What was, not to give anything away, I think a lot of your fans will be surprised that there's none of that iconic getting out of the ocean sequence where in the first.
We don't go to the ocean then. It's going to be rather difficult.
Why is that? Why did you not kind of maybe show more of your body of work this time around?
Because I'm a tease.
We are angry because of that. Well, is there plans for a third one?
I hope so. We'll see. We'll see how this one does, and if it does, I'd love to do one. So
we look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Okay.